In this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 ways women take advantage of men with low self-esteem. Bro, you have no idea. I've been there with low self-esteem. Specifically, when I left my marriage, I was married for 20 years and I've been single for 2.5 years. And man, my self-confidence was like this and my self-esteem. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, and the 5 ways that women take advantage of that or will try to take advantage of that. So keep watching and we'll get to those 5 things. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right. Oof, like I said, bro, you may not even realize you have low self-esteem, but these 5 examples of ways that women will take advantage of you will maybe shed some light on yourself and to help you have a higher self-esteem. Okay, so number 1, and I see this so much, is women ask for money, but they give nothing in return. Perfect example, and I did a video on this one, and that is you're at a nightclub or at a bar, and one of the hottest women in the place walks up and stands beside you. And I get it, bro. She's hot. In most cases, she's young. And she smells delicious. She looks amazing. She's right beside you, okay? And all of a sudden, the hairs on your arms go poof like this. And you're just like, oh my God. I've been there. And by the way, if you haven't been to Vegas, Las Vegas, you're going to get approached, especially if you're there by yourself, at a lot of bars in like the main Vegas strip area, the new strip area, well, even the old strip area. This is going to happen to you, and it's probably already happened to you in your life, right? So you're there, a woman comes beside you, and you're kind of enamored because of her beauty. And what does she do? She looks at you and she says, "Are you going to buy me a drink?" Okay? 99% of men fail this test. Because this is what they do. They look at her and they're like, right? And they buy her a drink. And guess what she does? She takes that drink. She goes, "Oh, thank you so much, honey." Puts her hand, taps you on the shoulder like a good little boy, and leaves. And then you're fucking humiliated, right? Guaranteed that's Drop a comment. Drop a comment. I want to know, has that happened to you? She comes up, she asks you to buy her a drink, you buy her a drink, and she's gone, okay? So I will confess, I got sucked into this many times when I was first single, okay? And had low self-esteem. Now, and I'll save you from watching that other video that I did on what to do when she asks you this. So basically, now she asks me if she wants to buy me a drink. I look at her and I say, "Well, what do I get for it?" with a smile on my face in a kind of a cute way. And then she will always respond this way. And she'll say, "Well, what do you want for it?" Depending on the situation, right? I either ask for one of 2 things. One, I will say, "Well, you have to sit here or stand with me for 15, 20 minutes and have a conversation so I can get to know you." That's number 1, as an option. Number 2 option is I say, "Well, you have to give me a nice juicy kiss." Bro, 100% of the time, I get either one. Either one I get. Because if she's busy with friends, she's going to opt for the kiss if I ask her the other one first. So, or if she's into me, she'll stay and speak with me for 15, 20 minutes, right? So, worst case, I get a kiss out of this, a juicy kiss with the hottest woman in the place for $20. Drop a comment. Let me know. Is that worth $20 to you to kiss the most gorgeous chick in the bar? Who cares if it's transactional for $20? Of course. Of course. You've spent worse on $20 on yourself, like a shitty cocktail or some other drink or whatever it is, right? To kiss the most gorgeous chick in the place for $20. So that's been my experience. Now, you may not be so fortunate depending on what you look like. obviously, right? A woman's not going to just kiss some ugly looking dude that weighs 350 pounds. Okay. So I'm sorry, guys, if you're 300 plus pounds, you don't look very good, and your hygiene's not that great, she's probably not going to kiss you, or maybe not even hang out with you for 15 minutes. She's probably just going to walk away. But if she does walk away and you don't get any of those two things, you've saved yourself $20 and you've gained self-esteem. Okay. So the other thing is, I've seen women where they've asked, oh my God. So I don't use any dating apps anymore. But at one point when I was, some of these chicks would come up and they'd match with me, and then we would plan a date. So a few days leading up to the date, she'd say, honey, I have a question for you. And I'd say, all right. And she'd say, well, I really want to look good for you on our date. Okay. And she would say, can you help me with my nails? And I'd say, well, what do you mean help? She's like, well, my nails are going to cost me $50 or $100. So many of you guys, now I don't know if you guys have been hit with this before, but I've been hit with this with a bunch of times. And I fell for it the first few times. I will confess that. Again, when I had low self-esteem, when I left my ex-wife, I fell for this shit. And I would send her $50 and I'd send her $100. And you guys are probably sitting there, oh, you fucking simp. Exactly, bro. I've been there. That's one of the reasons why I created this channel, so I could share my mistakes and successes with you so you don't repeat the same shit. Okay? I felt so damn humiliated, bro. Imagine you send this girl you haven't even met $50, $100, and then the date never happens, and then you're like, oh, you fucking idiot, right? That's exactly how I felt. But these women, why I'm doing this video specifically is because these women will target guys like that who have low self-esteem, and they'll get their $50, $100 here or there. And there's a lot of guys that give into this shit. So that's number one, is guys with low self-esteem can typically give women money without anything back in exchange. Okay. So number two is men with low self-esteem are okay with women canceling dates last minute, like multiple times, right? Now I have a 2-strike rule. At one point I had a 3-strike rule, and I've decided to bring it down to 2 strikes because the first time, maybe it's legit. Maybe she does have a family emergency, and I don't want to be so brutal, to not be flexible with that. The second time, that's bullshit. All right, but a lot of guys out there with low self-esteem, because she's attractive, because they feel like, oh my God, this girl, maybe I'm never going to meet a girl like this again in my life, that they will succumb to this treatment, and this girl keeps canceling dates on them, right? So that's number 2 way that women will take advantage of men with low self-esteem, is they will cancel dates as basically a shit test and see how much they can get away with. Okay, so number 3 is they will start to disrespect the guy more than just shit tests. And because they're seeing how much they can get away with. In many ways, women are not much different than little kids. Like, little kids are constantly testing to see what they can get away with, and it's the same thing. And as a man, you have to take on that kind of father figure role with this child. I'm not saying all women are always children, but I'm saying sometimes they act like children, and you have to look at them and correct them and go, no, we talked about this before, right? So that's another way that women will target men with low self-esteem and try to get away with certain things, okay? Especially when it becomes disrespectful. Number 4 is they'll put up some weird boundaries. Like, for example, again, this is all testing. Does this guy have low self-esteem or not? They might say something on the first date. Yeah, typically I don't kiss a guy unless we've been on 5 dates. So I had this happen to me on one date, and we had so much in common. Like, check, 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 check. And one of the things we spoke about is is superficial things. So I have a couple of deal breakers. So for example, if a woman has really long toenails, like kind of gross long, that's pretty much a deal breaker for me. Like, even if I tried to make it work in terms of let's go get a pedicure together, but she like loves having long toenails, I don't care how much we have in common. She could be perfect, but she's got these long ass toenails. I'm out, man. So here's the crazy thing. So she on this date, she's like, what do you mean? So you would not see this woman again, even though she's perfect in every way, shape, or form, just because she has long toenails? And I looked at her and I said, that's right. I'm out. The thing is, the more boundaries you put on for yourself, the more these women respect that. And they go, wow, that guy has high self-esteem. Like that guy, even if you're kind of picky, they will perceive it as like, damn, that guy doesn't fuck around, man. That guy has his standards. So this is what I mean. If a woman puts up weird boundaries and she says stuff like, well, I usually don't kiss a guy, at least for like the first 5 dates or 10 dates, or I won't have sex until marriage, this kind of BS. Well, then my response to that would say, well, we're obviously not a match, because if somebody says to me they're not kissing me after 5 dates, then I don't understand why the boundaries. Or if somebody's already had sex before and now they're saying they won't have sex until marriage, yeah, that's not going to work for me. And all of a sudden what happens is, believe me, bro, I've been on hundreds of first dates since I've been single in the last 2.5 years. So I know all about this. They will start to defend themselves and start to try to win you back over. Okay. But they're testing to see, do you have low self-esteem? Okay. And number 5, the last thing is, when you're always replying to her texts right away. So women are constantly watching your behavior, right? So if they text you and they know every single time I text this guy, he's going to respond to me right away. But when you text her, she's not always responding to you right away. See what I mean? They're not stupid. They know this, and they know who likes one person more than the other. And if you get into this position of where she feels that you like her more than she likes you, man, it's the beginning of the end. It has to be like ping pong, back and forth, or that she likes you more than you like her. And I don't care what you guys think. Like I said, I've been on hundreds of first dates. I was married before. I've had relationships, and I've made mistakes of being that guy that where she sensed, and she even said this, and two different women that I dated said, I think you like me more than I like you. And guess what? That was the beginning of the end. So now I do the opposite. Now I'm very laid back, very casual. I don't give off too much signals of that I like them. I don't say in my texts or on the phone, oh, I really like you. I like you. And I text them and stuff. No. I say, I enjoy our time together, right? And I do that purposely, because if you give too much, they're going to pull back, and you don't want that. So hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.